All right. Hey guys, what's up? It's Dean. Welcome to our Wednesday live workouts. So it is, let's see here. Yeah, it's Wednesday. It's September 19th. It's 12 p.m., which means we're doing our live workout. And today I've got something special for you. So for the past few weeks, I've been doing more tutorial or kind of information-based workouts where we talk about some of the best poses you can do for a certain situation. Last week we talked about exercises that you can do while you are seated or on a plane or on a bus or whatever it is in your desk. And then the week before that, we talked about the best exercises that you can do to relieve tightness from sitting or from being inactive, one of the most effective exercises. And this week, what we're going to be doing is kind of a live workout from, well, it's obviously live, but we're going to be doing a testing version of a workout from one of our upcoming DVDs. So if you guys are familiar with Manful Yoga, you might be familiar with my Body by Yoga DVD series. This is our program on Amazon. It's called Yoga Boost. We also have two other DVDs called Yoga Strong and Yoga Edge. And these are my premium kind of DVD workout programs. So these are very these are workouts that we spent a lot of time, the producer and I, going back and forth on and creating. So they're very well thought out workouts put into a program with a specific purpose. This new DVD that I'm working on is called Yoga Charge, and this is an AM PM DVD. So we're going to have workouts for the morning to help you wake up. We have workouts for lunch to give you a lunch workout. And help give you energy for the afternoon and also work out some of the kinks from sitting during the day. And then we've also got an after work workout. So something to help you kind of wind down from work, but also get energized for the evening at the same time. And then finally, we have a PM workout to help you fall asleep and sleep better. So what I'm going to be showing you today is the lunch routine. And this is an intense workout. It is, I'd say, it's beginner friendly, but it's it's an intermediate workout. We're going to be moving a lot. It's a very dynamic workout. So we're going to be using some things that you would see in a yoga class, but we're also going to be doing some things that you probably haven't seen in the yoga class. So integrating a lot of body weight exercise and just kind of, what I do with Manful Yoga. I take yoga and I try to make it more effective. So we're going to be integrating a lot of other stuff into this workout as well. So I won't be able to answer any questions during the workout, but feel free to leave comments and I will address them afterwards. We're going to aim for this workout to be hopefully 40 minutes, about that. And if you heard 40 minutes, you're like, well, I don't have time for 40 minutes right now. You can always save this post and you can watch it later and try it out when you have time. Or you can follow along, maybe get some ideas of stuff that you can incorporate into your own workout. So let's get going. I'm going to change what I'm looking at here. No, not that one. This one. Yep. All right. And also keep in mind, guys, this is our testing workout. So I will be referring to I'll be referring to my screen to make sure I know what I'm doing next for a lot of this. And what else? What else? Yeah, feedback is welcome. So here we go. Blocks. Cool. Hey guys, what's up? It's Dean. Welcome to Manflow Yoga. I've got a special workout for you. This is our testing version of an upcoming workout from a DVD that we are filming called Yoga Charge. This is our lunch routine. So it's a workout designed for doing during your lunch hour, something that will help to work out the kinks of sitting at your desk both before and then for the rest of the afternoon, and also give you energy for the afternoon. So we're going to work on giving you a really effective, energizing, and fun workout that you can do, again, during your lunch hour, but also not so long that it takes up your entire hour, and something that gives you energy and helps you get through the rest of the day. All right. So you're going to need, at a minimum, you will need one block just in case, and you might need 2 blocks. So you're welcome to get 1 or 2 blocks. Otherwise, you just need the yoga mat, and that's it. So follow along, do your best, pay attention to technique, remember to breathe, and here we go. First thing we're going to do, you've been sitting a while, let's get up, let's stand, and let's do a little balance. So stand on your right foot, shift your weight to your left toes, and then lift your left foot all the way off the ground as high as you can, driving your knee up toward the ceiling, pushing down through your right foot, pressing the top of your head toward the sky. And then I want you to push your left hand into your left thigh, push your left thigh back up into your hand, and then reach your right arm straight up overhead. So really extending your fingers, spreading your fingers as wide as possible, reaching up as high as you can. At the same time, pushing down firmly through your right standing foot and getting as tall as you can. Last 5 seconds. Push a little bit harder. And slowly release. Other side. Stand on your left foot. Come up to your right toes. Stand as tall as you can. And lift your right knee toward the ceiling. Again, getting that knee up as high as you can. So as we're doing this, again, hands are going to press into the thigh back up into the hand, and left arm straight up. As we're doing this, we're starting to activate some of the muscles that you probably weren't using while you're sitting. So we're starting to work your hip flexors in your right leg. We're also working your stabilizing hip muscles in your glutes in the left leg. We're working on ankle strength, working on opening up the chest, strengthening your core, and also starting to restore your posture. Go ahead and release that down. And then take it to the top of the mat. Take a big step back with your left foot into a high lunge. So knee over your ankle, legs squeezing toward one another, and driving down through your right foot. Now we're going to insert some rows here with your upper body. You start getting your upper back active. Bring your arms straight out in front of you. Take an inhale. As you exhale, pull your elbows toward the back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and open up your chest. Inhale back with your arms. Exhale, pull. And we're just going to do 5 of these. Make sure that you're keeping your back thigh engaged. So you're squeezing your glutes. You're squeezing your thighs. Feeling stretching through the front of that left hip. And also maybe feeling some stretching through your chest and your shoulders as you do these rows. Last one. And then stand back up and switch sides. Right leg to the back, knee over your ankle in your left foot. Drive down through your left foot. Lift your ribs away from your hips. Squeeze your right thigh, lift your knee. And now bring your arms straight up overhead. And we'll do some vertical rows. So inhale your arms up. Exhale, pull down just like you're doing a pull-up. Elbows pull down toward the hips, chest opens up. And then 5 total of those as well. And the reason why we're doing these is because this lunge is such a great counter to what you're doing when you're seated. So when we're sitting, the hips get tight, your posture gets bad. So we're doing exercises right now to directly counter that. We're opening up the chest, strengthening the upper back and shoulders, and also strengthening and opening up the hips. Last one. Pull down and step back up. All right, from here, toes touch, heels an inch apart. Take it into a chair pose. Get the weight into your hips. Pull your hips straight back. Try to keep your knees behind your toes. Spine is straight. And lift your arms overhead. As you exhale, maybe sink in a little bit deeper into this. Make sure that your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. And even pull your chin in toward your throat. So we're starting to strengthen your neck. Again, weight is in your hips, not shifting forward into the knees. And then from here, into a one-leg chair. So I want you to come up onto your left toes, shift the weight to your right leg, And then just hover your left foot. So just hover that foot off the ground. Just 2 breaths here. And this is going to get a really nice burn in your right leg, but also starting to warm up all those muscles in the hips. Try to keep the hips squared forward. And then from here, take a big step back with your left foot into a runner's lunge. If you've got blocks and you want to use them, place them on either side of that front foot. Again, breathing in and out of the nose, legs squeezing toward one another. Starting to open up that hip, get your body nice and big. And then from here, step back into a side plank. So take it to a plank to begin with. Plant your right forearm on the ground. Roll to the outside of your right foot. Lift your hips and extend your left arm straight up. So the hips coming up is really important. You want to feel that engagement through that bottom hip on the outer hip. So this is going to help with balancing. It's also going to help strengthen your hips in general. We're also working on the upper body. Try to keep this chest open toward the side. So make sure you're not kind of bringing the chest down, but rolling back and stacking your shoulders on top of one another. Now go ahead and plant your left hand. Take it back to a plank. Step your right foot back up to the runner's lunge. And then from here, we're going to go up to a one-leg balance, just like we did at the beginning. So lift that left knee up, press down through your right leg, back to your one-leg balance. Stand up nice and tall, and release your left foot down. Back into mountain. All right, let's switch sides. So we're going to go into chair. Sit in the chair once more. Again, weight is in your hips. Keep your hips squared forward. And now shift the weight to your left side. Bring your right toes on the ground. So lift up the rest of your foot. And now lift your right foot entirely. And again, as you lift that leg, we want to keep the hips squared forward. So make sure your hips aren't turning to the inside, but they're facing straight forward here. To increase the difficulty, you can sit lower. Just one more breath in this position. Keep the spine straight. And now step your right leg all the way to the back into a runner's lunge. You have those blocks if you want to use them on either side of the front foot. Otherwise, you can bring your fingertips on either side of your front foot. Try to keep a long line from your heel all the way up through your head. Use your exhale to sink deeper. Again, just opening up your hips, countering what you do in that seated position, also building strength in your lower body at the same time. And then take it back to a plank. Relax onto your left forearm. Roll to the outside of your left foot into a side plank. Stack your right shoulder on top of your left shoulder. Extend your right arm up. Lift your hips. And continue to breathe in and out of your nose. So maintaining control over your breathing. You can start by looking straight out to the side. And if you want to increase the difficulty here, look up at your right hand. And if you want to take it up another notch, lift your right foot off your left leg. Make sure to keep the toes facing straight toward the wall though. One more breath here. And then plant your hand back to a plank. Step your left foot up. Back to our runner's lunge. And then from here all the way to a one-leg balance. So push down through the left foot. Bring your right knee forward and up into standing. And release that foot down. Nicely done. All right, keep your toes together. Heels an inch apart. Inhale your arms up. And exhale very slowly, forward fold. And continue to inhale and exhale as you're doing this forward fold. Bend your knees softly. Keep your arms extended overhead. Reach as far forward and up as you can. And just take a really slow, controlled forward fold here. So your abs are going to stay tight just like you're doing a plank.
You should feel some nice stretching through your hamstrings, so starting to open up the backs of your thighs, which get tight, really tight as you're sitting. You have a block. If you want to use the block, you'll be bringing your hands to the block. And if you notice your upper back is rounding and you've got bad technique in the forward fold, bend your knees a little bit more. And you want to think length from your pubic bone through your sternum. Bringing your hands to the ground. Just very slowly progressing into this forward fold. One more breath here. And from here, take it into a forearm plank. Plant your hands, step your legs back, bring your forearms to the ground, and make sure your forearms are parallel to one another. So you're not bringing your hands in to clasp, you're not interlacing your fingers, you're keeping them parallel to one another. This is going to help with your shoulder mobility. And keep your hips up. All right, from here moving into another side plank. So right arm first, bring your right arm across your body, or you can keep it straight up. And then roll to the outside of your right foot, lift your hips up, bring your left arm up. And we're gonna go to some pulses here. So I want you to lift your hips, and then let them come back down. We're just doing about 10 here. So again, lifting your hips up, letting it pulse. And then coming back to a forearm, switching sides to your left forearm now. Stacking your right shoulder on top of your left shoulder. Lift your hips up, bring your right arm up. And again, 10 hip pulses. So squeezing your hips toward the ceiling. Slowly bringing them back down. Strengthening your hip. This is also working on improving your muscle activation and your strength. If you need to, you can take your knee down and make it a little easier. But try to keep your legs off the ground. And keeping your forearm down is going to help you focus on your shoulders as opposed to on your arms. All right, and then back to a forearm plank. And from here, plant your hands, bend your knees, look forward, step up to a forward fold, one leg at a time. Sit down, inhale, and lift all the way up. Arms come up overhead, and release your arms along your sides. All right, stand on your right leg, bring your left knee up to hip level. Just like we started, lots of balancing here. It's gonna help wake you up, work with your, improving your energy. And now extend your leg forward. So reaching your toes up as high as you can with control, so not just swinging your leg up, but actually using strength to get it there. Bring your arms overhead, just one breath here. And then step back to an airplane lunge. So somewhere between a runner's lunge and a high lunge. Try to make a straight line from your heel to your head. Bring your arms along your sides, palms face down. And from here, take it into an airplane. So keep your hips squared forward, push down through your right leg, lift your left foot off the ground, point the toes toward the back. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Try to make your back as straight as possible. So you want to make sure that you're not rounding down here or arching, but keeping your spine straight. Straighten your right leg as much as you can while keeping your spine in a good position. And make sure you're using your left leg. So extending the toes back and reaching. And now step back to a runner's lunge. Hands on either side of the front foot. From here, take it back into a plank. Hands under your shoulders, belly button lifted up. And now take it all the way down to the ground. Slowly lowering down. Elbows tighten to your sides. And then reach your arms forward. Inhale. Exhale, Cobra Row. Squeeze your elbows back, lift your chest, squeeze your thighs, look forward, and then release your hands down, forehead on the ground. Press down into your hands, tuck your toes, do a push-up. Slowly release back down. From here, flip your feet, press the tops of your toes into the ground, come into a Cobra. And release back down. From here, take it back to a down dog, push up into a plank, down to down dog. Squeeze your thighs toward one another. And also squeeze your hip flexors and your abs toward one another. Straighten your arms, weight in your upper back and your shoulders. Thighs engaged, squeezing your thighs. Bring your legs together, so toes touch. Lift your right leg up in the air, squeeze it up. And now bend your heel in toward your butt. Push your leg up and over, so kind of like a wild thing, but this is more of a donkey kick. So I want you to focus on your glutes here, your right glutes. So driving your heel up and then over as much as you can, but try and keep the hips squared in the process. Keep the arms straight, drive up with your heel. One more breath. And now step your right leg back up to a high lunge. Squeezing your knee toward your chest. Lift your arms overhead, back into that high lunge. And now back into your one leg balance. Push down through your right leg. Bring your left knee up to hip level. Extend your left leg forward. Reach your arms back up. And release your foot down. Back to mountain pose. Nice job. We've got one more side. Let's go straight into it. Lift your right knee up to hip level. So other side now. Stand up nice and tall. Extend your right leg forward. So really working on your hip flexor strength here. Keep that back leg straight, so make sure that you're not bending your knee, but pushing down firmly through your left heel. Arms are up for one breath. And then step back to an airplane lunge. Keep your hips squared forward. Knee is over the ankle and your front foot. Try to make a straight line from your back heel to the top of your head. Arms are along your sides. This time turn your palms to face up. Pull your shoulder blades together. One breath here. Push down firmly through your left foot. And then take it into airplane. Hips stay squared forward. Working on your hamstring mobility here, working on hip strength and stability, and also challenging your core. So your core should feel just like you're doing a plank right now. Draw the ribs in, tighten your abs, lengthen forward with your torso. So even bringing your hips forward a little bit, but keeping your weight balanced in your feet. So you should have the weight evenly distributed from your heel to your toes. You shouldn't feel it all in the heels. It shouldn't be all in the toes. From here, taking it back to runner's lunge, hands on either side of the front foot, moving really slowly into that. Again, length from your heel to the top of your head. And from here, back into a plank. Shoulders right above the hands, screwing your hands into the ground, making sure that your wrists stay active here. You can even think grabbing the mat with your fingertips. From here, slowly lower down all the way. Inhale your arms forward, reach forward. Exhale, Cobra Row, squeeze your elbows back toward your hips, arch your back, lift your chest, look forward. And then bring your hands back down. Push to a push-up. Inhale back down. Bring it into a Cobra. Press to the tops of your feet, squeeze your elbows back, and release down. From here into a down dog. Squeeze your legs toward your chest.
Lengthen your hamstrings. So I want to think stretching through the backs of your thighs, trying to keep your spine straight here, bending your knees as much as you need to do that. And make sure you have your weight in your upper back, not in the fronts of your shoulders. Bring your toes together, lift your left leg up, squeeze your heel toward your butt, drive your heel up and over, try to keep your hips squared. So we're feeling engagement through your left glute. You want to feel your butt working here. We're also feeling stretching through the left hip flexor. So the front of the left hip should be stretching as your glute engages. Keep your hips, keep your shoulders squared forward. From here, slowly bring your knee toward your chest. Step your foot up all the way. Lift up into a high lunge. Squeezing your legs toward one another, relaxing the shoulders, feeling that nice stretch to the front of the hip. And from here into the one leg balance, push down through your left foot, bring your right knee up to hip level. Extend your right leg forward. Bring your arms up all the way. Just one breath here. And then slowly release that foot down. Bring your toes back to touch and bring your arms along your sides. Nice job with that flow. From here, take your feet out like you would for a squat, so shoulder width. Sit down into a nice squat. Bring your arms out in front of you. Drive your knees to the outsides. Keep your chest upright. We do some squat work here, so I want you to slowly, in control, keeping your hips squared forward, walk all the way to the back of the mat. So your toes might turn out a little bit, that's okay. Just make sure your toes don't turn out too far. And you want to try and keep your hips low here. So make sure that you're not walking way up here like this, but taking it down into a nice deep squat. Moving slow and in control all the way to the back of the mat. And if you run out of mat, just keep going. And then when you get to the back of the mat, pause for a second. Make sure you're in that good squat. And then slowly move forward. Now as you move forward, you're going to feel the weight shift into your knees a little bit. That's okay. It's going to feel different. Just be aware. Keep going, almost there. And when you get to the top, go ahead and plant your hands. Take it back into a plank. Yay, break for your legs. And take it down into a forearm plank. Take 2 breaths here, just kind of giving your legs a chance to recover. And then side forearm plank. Bring your right arm in, plank the forearm down, roll to the outside of your right foot, lift your hips, extend your arm up. Now step to a runner's lunge, point your left hand, step your left foot up between your hands. Runner's lunge, legs squeeze toward one another. And then reach up into a runner's lunge twist. Roll back your left shoulder, keep your hips squared forward, reach your left arm up toward the sky, pull the top of your head forward, try to make a nice straight line from your heel to your head again. As you exhale, roll back that shoulder, open up. And then bring your hand down. From here, move into an airplane, push down through your left foot, balance. Pull your belly button in, pull your ribs in, arms along your sides. And now into a chair pose. Plant your right foot, sit down into a chair, bring your arms up. And from here, eagle pose. You're going to swing your right arm under your left arm, bring your left leg over your right leg, wrap it up, put the weight back into your hips, lift up your chest, draw the ribs in, lean back. One more breath here. If you get out of it, if you fall out, just come back in slowly and in control. From here, step it back to a warrior 2. Left foot all the way to the back. Knee over the ankle on the front foot. Squeeze the legs toward one another. Make sure you're pressing your fingertips in opposite directions so you feel that stretch through your upper body. From here, half moon, push down through your right leg. Use the block if you need to. Balancing on your right leg, lifting that left leg up, keeping your hips square to the outside, stacking your left hip on top of your right hip. And then for you people who really want to challenge, half moon with a dancer. You're going to bring your left heel in toward your butt, grab the back of that left foot, and hold. Maybe without a block, if you really want to challenge yourself. From here, pivot to square your hips down and forward, and then step back to a runner's lunge. Nicely done. Almost there. Now back into a plank. Hands into your shoulders once more. Just kind of get reset here. And then switch to the other side. Forearms come down. Take it to a forearm plank on your left side now. Bring the left forearm in. Plant, roll to the outside of your left forearm. Reach your right arm up. Lift your hips. 2 more breaths. Again, hips coming up. If you want that extra challenge, lift the right leg up. Might be a bit of a challenge for balance. This is really good for your shoulders though. And now set your right hand down. Step your right leg up between your hands into a runner's lunge. Squeeze the legs toward one another, pull your torso forward, keep that knee above the ankle. Next inhale, reach your arm up, twist to the outside, runner's lunge twist. Keep pushing down through your right foot. Release your hand back down, take it into an airplane. Reach your left toes back, push down firmly through your right leg, draw the ribs in tight, tighten your abs, push the top of your head forward. So try to create length through your torso. Airplane is great for your hips and stretching your hamstrings. Arms are along your sides. From here, back to a chair. So set your left foot down next to your right toes, sit down into a chair. Weight goes into your hips, draw the ribs in tight, keep your spine straight, lift the arms up. Now eagle, other side. Swing your left arm under your right arm. Cross your right leg over your left leg. Now into the other side. Actually, switch your arms. Right arm under your left arm, I think. Yep. And lift your elbows up. Sit back into eagle. So you want to get the weight into your hips and out of your knees. Pull the belly button in, pull your ribs in and back. And clamp tightly, so really squeeze your legs together tightly. You don't have to get the toes under the shin. Just make sure you're getting that knee over the other knee. And then from here, what are we doing? From here, taking it into our half move, or sort of warrior two. So stepping that right leg to the back, bringing your arms out. Make sure your hips stay under your shoulders. Squeeze your legs toward one another. Squeeze your left knee out to the outside. Look over your left middle finger. And then from here into a half moon. So keeping your body almost exactly the same, but just straightening this left leg. Coming to balance on your left foot. Using that block if you need it. Keep in mind you have different settings on this block. You can keep it high, turn it low, or all the way low. Try to keep your hips stacked. So you want to keep that right hip stacked on top of your left hip and keep your right leg active. So squeezing your right leg toward the ceiling, keeping your left toes squared forward. And you might not be able to do this yet with perfect form. That's okay. And if you want that extra challenge, bringing your right leg heel in toward your butt, grabbing, binding for half moon with dancer. Hips are open to the outside still. If you fall out, just get back into it, just like you saw me do.
I fall over a lot too. And now pivot to shift your hips, square them forward. And now step back to a runner's lunge. And from here back into a plank. And from here down into a forearm plank. Keep it going. Keep your belly button drawn up. We're having fun, right? I'm having fun. From here, bring your left heel in. Scratch that. Take it back to a plank. Messed up the order. From here, lower down to our low plank position. So our yoga push-up. Pull your torso forward. Keep the elbows in tight. Keep your chest open. Again, elbows in tight. Pull your body forward. Your upper arms should be parallel to the ground. Your forearms should be perpendicular to the ground. From here, flip your feet. Press into the tops of your feet. Push down like you're doing a push-up. Pull your shoulder blades together into an up dog. Push down really hard to your feet. Keep your abs tight. Roll your thighs in. Squeeze your legs toward one another. Shoulders are down and back. Top of the head is pressing up. And then back to a downward facing dog. All right, back to a plank. A little bit faster now. Lower down halfway in that low plank. Inhale into up dog. Pull the shoulder blades together. Press the top of your head up. Squeeze the thighs. And exhale to down dog. One more. Plank. Inhale to low plank. One breath here. Inhale to up dog. Shoulder blades pull together. Push down firmly through your hands. Use your forearms. Use your wrists. And back to down dog. From here, back to plank. Now take it into our forearm plank. We're almost there. Stay with me. Belly button is up. Now, forearm plank with donkey kicks. Bring your left heel in toward your butt. Drive your heel up and over. 5 times. Drive up and then over. Squeeze your butt and bring it back down. Keep going. 5 total. Inhaling back. Exhaling to push up. Almost there. If you need to, you can take the knee down and go into a tabletop position. One more side. Bring your right heel in toward your butt. Inhale. Exhale, push up, push over, squeeze your butt. Inhale back down. 5 total. Try to keep your breathing in control. So maybe that heel gets a little bit higher every time. Maybe you get a little bit better of a donkey kick every time you do this. All right, now plant that foot. Nicely done. And lower all the way down onto your chest. Take one big breath here. And now into Superman. Lift your arms up, lift your toes back, point your toes as much as you can, reach forward, reach up. Just a couple breaths here. This is kind of the ultimate counter pose to sitting, working the entire back side of your body and your core. Reach up a little bit higher, reach your legs a little bit longer, lift up a little bit more. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and slowly release down. Release your head onto the ground. Take a little break. And into bow pose. So if you can't do bow pose, do one leg at a time. Bring your heels in toward your butt. Grab the outsides of your feet. Make sure that your biceps wrap forward. Pull your shoulder blades together. Tighten your abs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, push your legs straight back.
Pull the shoulder blades together, tighten your abs, and look slightly forward. Make sure that your knees are squeezing toward one another. Your knees shouldn't be open up and splaying out. Keep the knees in, keep your thighs engaged, abs stay tight. As you exhale, push harder into your feet. Push harder into your hands with your feet. Keep the knees drawn in, thighs squeeze toward one another, maybe looking a little bit higher. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, a little bit higher. 1, and release. Nicely done. All right, from here, we're gonna flip onto our back. So if you want, you can go into a down dog, jump your feet between your hands, and sit. Or if you just want to flip over onto your back, you can do that as well. We're gonna do reverse tabletop. Plant your hands, bring your feet in toward your butt. So your hands are planted about shoulder width distant. Fingers are facing forward. Pull your shoulder blades together. Make sure that your feet are level. Squeeze your abs, tighten your glutes, push down through your feet, and then lift your hips toward the ceiling, using your glutes, using your hamstrings. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Push down firmly through your feet. Use your glutes, use your hamstrings to come up. Keep your neck in line with the rest of your spine. Wrap your biceps forward, open up your chest. And just 10 seconds here. Really lift using your glutes and your hamstrings. So lots of posterior chain here. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Slowly release down. Whew. Nicely done. We're going to move into some restorative stretches now. So pigeon. Right leg first. Bring your right knee slightly outside your hips. Bring your right foot across your body. Get the inner right thigh to face up. So you want to feel stretch through the outer hip. Keep your torso lifted here. Hands on centered in front of your legs. Take a deep breath in and lift up. Get taller. Exhale, come forward, but keep length. And if you want to add a little bit more to this, bring your hands away from the ground entirely, and then plant your left forearm right in the middle of the mat. Plant your hands together in a prayer, and twist open toward the right. Try to keep your hips squared. Keep your left leg active. You can hug your left leg in toward the middle. You can also squeeze your right glute here. Work on that external rotation. One more breath. All right, and then back to the middle and switching sides. Pigeon, other side. Reach that right leg back. Hug the right leg in toward the middle. Try to rest on the outer edge of your left thigh. And if you can't do that, that's okay. My hips don't touch the ground either. Keep your torso upright. And as you exhale, kind of sinking into this pose, but making sure that you're keeping the weight in your hips. You're not shifting the weight forward. You're not keeping the weight in your hands. If this is really intense for you, you might need the hands at first, but try to get to the point where the weight is in your hips. And if you want to add that little twist, plant the right forearm, the elbow on the ground. Press your palms together in a prayer, and then open up toward the left side. So this is going to increase the intensity of this stretch. We're also getting a nice little twist for your back. If you want to make sure that your twist is honest, bring your left hand to your left hip, and then roll back the left shoulder. One more deep breath. And then release down. From here, take it back into a tabletop and into a lizard stretch. Step your right leg up. Bring it to the front, to the outside. Bring your hands inside your right foot. And we can hang out here if you want, Or if you want to add a little bit more, squeeze your left heel in toward your butt, reach back with your right foot, grab the outside of your left foot, keep your hips squared forward, and pull that heel in toward your butt. So working on, and this is really the ultimate stretch for your hip flexors, and your hip flexors get destroyed by your desk, by sitting at a desk. So this is really nice for restoring mobility to your hip flexors, which also helps with relieving discomfort or soreness in the lower back. So whenever we have tension or pain in the lower back, it's very often caused by a lack of hip mobility or hip tightness. And this is one really good stretch for that. All right, we're going to switch sides. So now bringing the left foot up, bringing the hands inside the left foot. And again, if you want to stay in this position, you're welcome to stay here, feeling the stretch still through the front of the right hip. Bring your hips closer to the ground if you want to increase the intensity. And then if you want even more here, bring your right heel in toward your butt, reach back with your left hand, grab the outside of that right foot, and pull your foot in, your heel in toward your butt. As you exhale, let your hips sink forward. As you inhale, maintain, maybe even get a little bit more length. And this is going to be our last stretch, guys and girls. One more big breath. All right, and slowly release. And that is it. So, how long was that? 45? 40? 43. Perfect. All right, so that was a 43-minute workout. Again, that was our kind of our dress rehearsal for the lunge routine from our upcoming Yoga Charge DVD. If you guys want to get on the VIP list for Body by Yoga, sign up at manflowyoga.com/BBY-VIP. And we'll let you know about any other beta workouts we release. We'll tell you when things are coming out. We'll show you behind the scenes footage and lots of other cool stuff, as well as early access to get body yoga before anybody else, and also let you know about exclusive deals and savings you can get when we do release those DVDs. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys had a good time doing the workout. If you didn't do the workout now, make sure to do it later. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other videos. See you later. All right, and for our lives, thanks guys for joining me for that. I'm gonna go through the comments and just kind of respond to a few of these. What time? All right, so every Wednesday at 12 p.m. I'm gonna do this on the replay. Awesome. Hello from France. I can't do eagle arms, I'm too big. So if you can't do eagle arms, you're too big, you're gonna wrap your arms around your chest like this and try to grab your opposite shoulder blades. As you're doing that, you wanna drive your elbows in toward one another. And that's gonna help you build up to doing eagle arms. The point is just to feel the stretch in your upper back though. So as long as you're feeling that, that's our goal. This workout looks ideal. Please upload a routine, strengthen the body for my lower half. We've got tons of those on YouTube, youtube.com/manflowyoga. I also have even more workouts, programs, and routines in my online members area at manflowyoga.com. We're not open for enrollment right now, but you can join my waitlist or request an invite when you go to the homepage at manflowyoga.com. All right, what other, Edward, what questions do you see?
On Instagram.
All right, let's check the Facebook. I just saw a couple other comments coming in on YouTube. Thanks, I'll try that. Yeah, guys, seriously, you want more workouts? Definitely check out my website. We have
Again, we've got tons of free workouts on YouTube, but we also have a ton of other workouts and programs on the website. So if you're looking for an organized program to actually get stronger, then join the members area and you can follow a set program of workouts. All right, no questions on Facebook, lots of hellos and thumbs ups. I recognize a few of the members in there. Hey, Clay. Renee, what's up? Niels, hey, Tony, what's going on? Yeah, so guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this this exclusive sneak preview of our Body by Yoga workout routine. And actually, we're gonna be doing one next Wednesday as well. So join me here same time, 12 p.m. Central Time, on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And we're gonna be doing this again. I'm gonna be showing you a different routine next week. And yeah, so we'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great week. Leave comments if you have questions. And if you're not already on the Manful Yoga website, head over there. We've got tons of workouts, tons of programs. And I also have a free 7-day intro, which is a 7-day program with 15 to 20 minute workouts. It's a really awesome program. It's totally free. And again, you can sign up at manfulyoga.com/intro. All right. I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.